Ladies and gentlemen, the 5th Auto Retail Conclave themed Collaborate, Innovate and Accelerate promises to be a momentous occasion for the industry leaders to converge and shape the future of auto retail. It is our absolute honor this morning that our chief guests for today, Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways, Shri Nitin Gadkari, has now joined us in the hall. We extend a warm welcome to you, sir. I'm also going to request to join us on stage, along with our chief guest, our guests of honor today, Mr. Vinod Agarwal, President CM, and Ms. Shraddha Suri Marwa, President ACMA. Along with them, I'm requesting President FADA, Mr. Manish Raj Singhania, Vice President FADA, Mr. C.S. Vigneshwar, to please be with us on the stage. And along with our dignitaries, can we please have a huge round of applause for our chief guest and our guests of honor. I'm also extending a very warm welcome to Secretary FADA, Mr. Sai Girdhar, and Treasurer FADA, Mr. Amar Jatin Sheth, FADA Governing Council members, past presidents, distinguished guests, and dealer friends who are present amongst us in this August gathering. Let's start the program then, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to request all of you to please stand up for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you. Now, let's move towards the traditional lighting the lamp ceremony. And for that, I'm going to also request Secretary FADA, Mr. Sai Giridhar, Treasurer FADA, Mr. Amar Jatin Sheth, and CEO FADA, Mr. Sahesh Damani, along with Mr. Siddharth Bapna, co-founder and director of Blueverse India, to please come up on the stage and join us, our other dignitaries, for the traditional lighting of the lamp ceremony. Shri Nitin Gadkari, Honorable Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways, our guests of honor, Mr. Vinod Agarwal, Ms. Shraddha Suri Marwa, along with the President, the Vice President of FADA, Secretary FADA, Treasurer FADA, and CEO FADA. Right, thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Giridhar, Mr. Sheth, Mr. Damani, and Mr. Bapna. And if you can join us back amongst the audience. Now, there is a very innovative thing which is going to happen today, and it's called the Sustainable Welcome Initiative. The Federation of Automobile Dealers Association is deeply committed to environmental conservation and acknowledges its social responsibility in this regard. Aligned with our sustainable vision, we have introduced an innovative and meaningful approach to welcoming our distinguished guests this morning, and that is termed as the Sustainable Welcome Initiative. Now, in lieu of the traditional flower bouquets, FADA extends a welcome by presenting a certificate to our honorable chief guest and our guests of honor. I'm going to request Mr. Singhania, President FADA, to please give a certificate to the Honorable Minister, Shri Nitin Gadkari. And ladies and gentlemen, as we give this certificate to the Minister, let me tell you that it signifies the planting of 21 saplings on behalf of our chief guest. This tree planting endeavor is facilitated through our esteemed partnership with the Give Me Trees Trust. And now, similarly, I request Mr. Vigneshwar, Vice President FADA, and Mr. Sai Giridhar, Secretary FADA, to present this unique Sustainable Welcome Initiative certificate to our guests of honor, Mr. Vinod Agarwal, President CM. On behalf of our guests of honor, 11 saplings have been planted. I now request Mr. Amar Jatin Sheth, Treasurer FADA, to please come and present the Sustainable Welcome Initiative certificate to Ms. Shraddha Suri Marwa, President ACMA. The Give Me Trees Trust, who's our partner this morning, has been entrusted with the responsibility of nurturing these saplings until they reach a stage of sustainability, thereby ensuring their long-term growth and contribution to environmental well-being. Thank you, everyone. And I also now request you all to give a huge round of applause to this initiative by FADA, because this is absolutely unique. You must have seen huge bouquets being given to to welcome the guests and guests of honor. So I think it deserves a huge round of applause. Thank you so much. And as we proceed ahead, I'm going to request Mr. Singhania to kindly present the presidential address. So please.
मंच पर मौजूद आदरणीय हमारे मंत्री जी, मिनिस्टर ऑफ रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड हाईवेज श्री नितिन गडकरी जी, सायम प्रेसिडेंट श्री विनोद अग्रवाल जी, हमारी न्यूली इलेक्टेड श्रद्धा सूरी जी, एक्मा प्रेसिडेंट, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस टू हर। आप कल ही इलेक्ट हुई, शी बिकेम द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ एक्मा। वाइस प्रेसिडेंट FADA, माय फ्रेंड मिस्टर विघ्नेश्वर, FADA मेंबर्स, फ्रेंड्स फ्रॉम मीडिया, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन। सबसे पहले आज हमारे मेंबर ने एक याद दिलाया कि हिंदी दिवस की आप सबको बधाई। सर्व भवन्तु सुखनी, सर्व संतु निर्ममः। As ancient Sanskrit mantra, prays for the happiness and well-being of all. In that spirit, I stand before you with a sense of profound responsibility as we strive to uplift not just our industry, but also the millions who depend upon us. Today marks our 5th Auto Retail Conclave, an occasion that not only gives us a platform to reflect and plan, but also to dream together. Our gathering is also on the heels of our 59th annual general meeting, which allowed us to collectively evaluate our growth trajectory. First thing first, it's crucial to extend a heartfelt salute to our Minister, Shri Nitin Gadkari ji. Sir, you are the architect of our sector's booming landscape. Through your visionary initiatives, India's highways have transformed into world-class expressways. Not just routes, but lifelines that energize our nation's soul. And here's the domino effect. Better road means better lives. You have ignited a wanderlust among Indians. Your roads aren't just highways, they are pathways to dreams. As a result, road travel has shifted from a mere option to a preferred choice. The accelerating consequence, a roaring acceleration in the vehicle sales. Inspired by you, we the dealers have taken the solemn oath to try and sell vehicles at a pace that would make even your expressways jealous. On the regulatory front, your dynamic efforts to modernize the archaic CMVR rules are nothing short of revolutionary. You have effectively decluttered the labyrinth of red tape, creating a smoother avenue for business and even smoother ride for our customers. Yet, a word of caution. These updated rules haven't seen the light of day in several states. So in all earnestness, we humbly request your support to ensure a pan-India implementation. This is not merely a law, it's a gift waiting to be unwrapped by each state. Our heartfelt gratitude also for extending the life of our trade certificates from one fleeting year to a robust half-decade. This extension, along with the glitch-free rollout of OBD2A norms, thanks to the tireless coordination between MoRTH and FADA, symbolizes a new dawn in our sector. As ambassadors of the auto industry, our responsibilities goes beyond for merely selling vehicles. We are also stewards for off-road safety, a matter of life and death, if you will. That's why we have launched a Buckle Up campaign, a mission as crucial as any engine rev or gear shift in our business. Imagine walking into one of our dealerships or workshops, and before you even get the keys to your new car or bike, we present you with a gripping video. This isn't just any video, it's call to action. A vivid reminder of the stark difference between safe travels and tragic tales. We are doing more than just showing this to our customer upon vehicle delivery. It's a message we are propagating across platforms, weaving it into the very fabric of our brand's mission. The campaign isn't just about clicks or seat belts, it's about saving lives. One buckle up at a time. We are aiming to create a ripple effect, one that starts at our doors but stretches as far as the vehicle can travel. We believe that the journey to road safety begins long before the ignition starts. It begins the moment you walk into our showrooms. And it continues every single time you remember to buckle up and put up on that helmet. Auto retail as an industry holds a broader societal role, employing a remarkable 4.5 million people. We have managed to provide work without displacing them from their home locations. The sector has been proactive in upskilling its workforce, thus adding cohesive and sustainable growth to employment. Over the past 2 days at the SIAM and ACMA events, the buzz has been electrifying, literally and figuratively. Conversations have danced around the future fuels that will power our engines and imaginations. From the sizzling promise of electric vehicles to the untapped potential of hydrogen, ethanol, methanol, flex fuels, CNG, the list seems as endless as a highway stretching beyond the horizon. Now, here's one pledge to you. Gadkari ji, no matter what kind of vehicle the OEMs bring to the marketplace, no matter what fuel options, what fuel propels it into the future, we dealers stand ready and resolute. We will adapt, learn, and evolve. Our dreams will undergo rigorous training to master the technologies that will fuel tomorrow, aligning perfectly with your expansive vision. It's not just about keeping up with times, it's about keeping the pace. It's about leadership. Your dream of India being in top 3 nations globally, and we will be your ground troops in making that dream come a reality. In the same vein of versatile Bhagavad Gita quotes, change is the law of the universe. We too embrace change, not as a challenge, but as an opportunity to excel, to set new benchmark, and to define what's possible. As we set our sights on the future, let's not forget the inspiring vision of our beloved Prime Minister Modi ji. A dream to catapult India into the top 3 nations of the world. It's a vision that we don't just applaud, we want to be active participation in its realization. Therefore, today, let's make a pact. Let's declare here and now that Indian auto retail sector will not only follow in Modi ji's footsteps, but will blaze its own trail to ensure that India gains an unshakable position in the top 3 global giants in auto retail industry. Invoking the timeless wisdom of the Sanskrit saying, Sarvam Parasham Dukham, Sarvam Atmavasham Sukham. That which is dependent on others brings sorrow. That which is dependent on oneself brings happiness. Let's not merely be spectators in India's ascent. Let's be the engine, the drive, and the relentless spirit that powers India to its rightful place on the global stage. As we gather here today, let's pause and reflect on the guiding theme of this year's ARC, Auto Retail Conclave, collaborate, innovate, and accelerate. It's just not a catchy slogan. It's a powerful mantra that encapsulates our unified quest for deeper partnerships, groundbreaking innovations, and rapid growth with the automotive retail landscape. Picture this. ISRO didn't make strides in its lunar exploration with Chandrayaan by having each module work in isolation. No, it was harmonious, synchronized operation. And just as these modules must work in tandem for the moon landing to succeed, so too must all stakeholders in automobile sector. To thrust India into the top 3 global automobile powerhouse, we must sync our gears, align our wheels, and accelerate together on this accelerating journey. Vinodji, with regard to SIAM, as a guiding big brother, your insights and directions are invaluable to us. To present a unified front, I propose regular joint meetings quarterly together with ACMA and FADA to discuss issues that require collective attention. Shraddha ji, with ACMA, the time has arrived for us to begin a new chapter in our collaborations. After all, our engines cannot operate without your vital components. The responsibility falls all of us, from government bodies to industry associations like FADA, to function not as isolated gears, but as a single, seamless, well-oiled machine. As we turn the page on the hardship of the pandemic, let's revel in the undeniable truth. Indian auto retail is not just back on its feet, it's running full tilt. During last fiscal year, the first where we have been unshackled from the grips of COVID, has been nothing short of a renaissance for us. We didn't just get back to the business, we broke records. A staggering 21.1 million vehicles rolled out of our showrooms, a leap of 21% compared to the last fiscal. But let's not talk in generalities. Let's look at the glittering stars in the constellation of success. Two-wheelers revved up the growth chart with 19% spike. Three-wheelers, hold your breath, and an astounding 84% climb. Passenger vehicles didn't merely join the bandwagon. They had led it with a 23% growth rate. And the linchpin of our economy, commercial vehicles, grew by an incredible 33%. The tractor segment may have had a more modest rise of 8%, but let's put this in context. They will achieve an all-time high, moving 8,27,000 units off our lots. The era of three-wheeler being a relic of the past is over. They have rolled back to pre-COVID levels. And let's give a standing ovation to our passenger vehicles. We shattered previous records by retailing an eye-popping 3.6 million units. In the last 6 months of this financial year, as predicted by FADA, total vehicles sold has shown a high single-digit growth of 7%. Given these varied dynamics, it's crucial to address the finer details. Although the two-wheeler segment experienced year-on-year growth, we are still 20% behind pre-COVID levels. This gap is not just a statistic, it's call to action. That's why FADA strongly urges Honorable Minister to help us get a reduction in GST rate from 28% to 18% for entry-level two-wheelers. That is the 100 and 125cc segment. This wouldn't merely be a policy adjustment, it would act as a socio-economic catalyst, especially considering this segment constitutes 75% of our total auto sales volume. As we strive to drive forward, let's not forget our larger obligation, namely our planet. You all know the Paris Agreement, an international treaty designed to arrest the pace of climate change. It's not just a collection of signatures, it's a pledge, a vow to future generations that will strive to leave the world better than we found it. In this spirit, FADA's Executive Committee has just approved a groundbreaking initiative, the green certification of our dealerships. Now, what does this mean? It means we are not just contributing to the economy, we are committing to the ecology. We'll optimize energy use, minimize waste, and aim for sustainability, making ourselves as eco-responsible businesses. Let's not underestimate the rippling effect of such move. We are not just selling vehicles, we are selling a vision for a greener, more sustainable future. Through this initiative, we don't merely align with lofty national global objectives, we embed them into the very fabric of our daily operations. In a unique way, we are bolstering the international fight against climate change. And to give form to our commitment, with each new vehicle that rolls out at our dealership, we also provide a sapling. A gift of green to go with our new wheels, a symbolic yet profound step in our journey towards a sustainable future. As we navigate the day ahead, brace yourself for some game-changing insights. We have got Silicon Valley knocking at our doors with in-depth sessions from none other than Google and Meta. Yes, the digital world isn't knocking at our doors. It's already in our living rooms, shaping the way we conduct businesses. But wait, there's more. To empower our members further, we are putting ink to paper on two crucial MOUs. First, we are partnering with OnSurety to form the insurance bulwark that will give us all breathing a little easier. Second, we are joining hands with lawyers to ensure that our customers don't just drive, they drive worry-free, shielded from unwarranted legal hassles and challans on the road. Now, let's talk insights. FADA's Dealer Satisfaction Study is back on its third edition and it's now more revealing than ever. While the awards will be the stars of the evening, our two riveting panel discussions will dissect the hits and misses, adding valuable layers to your understanding of a market. And for the grand finale, a toast to our time-tested pillars. We are rolling out the red carpet for 57 dealerships that have weathered storms and emerged stronger year after year for over half a century. These are not just businesses, they are living chronicles of our industry's evolution, from gear sticks to touchscreen, from fossil fuels to electric dreams, from local enterprise to digital powerhouse. Yet they remain rooted in the core value that make them invisible: community engagement, relentless focus on customer satisfaction, and sustainable growth. In the last, as Peter Drucker says, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Let's take these words to heart as we collaborate, innovate, and accelerate towards a brighter future. Namaste, Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mr. Singhania. And ladies and gentlemen, I know for a fact that our chief guest, Shri Nitin Gadkari, has very passionately and consistently spoken a lot about the important matter of road safety in our country on innumerable occasions. This is something that he very closely follows. And the importance of safe roads and a road safety rule following population across the country cannot be emphasized enough. Therefore, let's try to send out a strong message on road safety by taking a pledge using this conclave by FADA as a platform to send out that message. I request all our dignitaries on the stage, along with Secretary FADA, Mr. Sai Giridhar, Treasurer FADA, Mr. Amar Jatin Sheth, and CEO, Mr. Sahaj Damani, to please come up on the stage as we request the Honorable Minister, Shri Nitin Gadkari, to kindly read out a road safety pledge prepared by FADA. Can you all please join us on the stage? You can please remain seated on your seats. We will be reading out the pledge.
मैं दोहराता हूं, आप कहिए। मैं समस्त सुरक्षा उपकरणों जैसे सीट बेल्ट, हेलमेट का हमेशा उपयोग करूंगा। मैं हमेशा नियंत्रित गति से वाहन चलाऊंगा। मैं कभी भी नशे की हालत में वाहन नहीं चलाऊंगा। मैं वाहन चलाते समय मोबाइल फ़ोन का उपयोग नहीं करूंगा। मैं सुनिश्चित करूंगा कि वाहन सुरक्षित यात्रा हेतु सक्षम है। मैं राइट टू वे का पालन करते हुए पैदल यात्रियों, साइकिल सवारों एवं स्कूल बच्चों की सुरक्षा का ध्यान दूंगा। एक ऑटो डीलर और फाड़ा सदस्य के रूप में मैं उन सभी नए वाहन मालिकों को प्रतिज्ञा देने का वादा करता हूं जो अपने वाहन वितरण के लिए आते हैं, क्योंकि इस तरह परिवार के सदस्य सड़क सुरक्षा के महत्व को समझेंगे। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, sir. These 7 rules are basically the most important principles that one should keep in mind while being on road. And now I'm going to request the Honorable Minister to please help us in the release of our coffee table book. And as you all know that today we are also going to give out 38 Golden Dealer Awards. So this coffee table book essentially captures those moments, those stories, and gives a personal touch to the celebration, making it even more meaningful. Can we please get the books? So just to enlighten you all, the Golden Dealer Awards is a novel and wonderful initiative by FADA to recognize and celebrate the achievements of dealerships in the auto retail business that have been active for 50 or more years. And the coffee table book, Golden Dealerships in Auto Retail Business, captures the stories and experiences of these dealerships and adds a personal touch to their celebration. Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure it's a beautiful coffee table book and you all will have your hands on it soon. I'm going to request Shri Nitin Gadkari to please come up on the podium and address the gathering. Sir, please.
Mr. R. Dinesh, President CI, Mr. Vinod Agrawal ji, President CM, Ms. Shraddha Suri Marwa, President ACMA, Mr. Manish Raj Singhania, President Federation of Automobile Dealer Association, Mr. Vigneshwar, Vice President, सभी सम्माननीय अतिथिगण और उपस्थित सभी भाई और बहनों, सबसे पहले मैं आपको बधाई दूंगा कि 2014 में जब हमारी सरकार आई थी तब हमारे ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्री का साइज 4.5 लाख करोड़ था और आज मुझे इस बात की खुशी है कि हमारा साइज 12.5 लाख करोड़ रुपए का हुआ है। विशेष रूप से हमारा एक्सपोर्ट करीब 4 लाख करोड़ से ज़्यादा है और हमारी ये जो इंडस्ट्री है ये देश में भारत सरकार को और राज्य सरकार को सबसे ज़्यादा जीएसटी देती है। इस इंडस्ट्री ने 4.5 करोड़ युवाओं को जॉब दिया है और मुझे इस बात की खुशी है कि जो 2014 में हम लोग 7वें नंबर पे थे, आज 2 महीने पहले हमने इतनी प्रगति की है कि अब वर्ल्ड में हम 3रे नंबर पर पहुंचे हैं और जापान को हमने 2 महीने पहले ही पीछे डाला है। पहले नंबर पर यूएसए है, दूसरे नंबर पर चाइना है, तीसरे नंबर पर जापान था, पर अब 3रे नंबर पर भारत का नाम है। मैन्युफैक्चरिंग जीडीपी में हमारे इंडस्ट्री का कंट्रीब्यूशन 40% है और विशेष रूप से हमारे लिए महत्वपूर्ण बात यह है कि ये इंडस्ट्री हर साल 10% से ज़्यादा ग्रोथ से बढ़ रही है। हम और रोड बना रहे हैं, नए नए ग्रीन हाईवे बना रहे हैं और रोड अच्छे होने के कारण ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्री में निश्चित रूप से डिमांड भी बढ़ रही है। We are the 4th largest manufacturer of passenger vehicle, 6th largest manufacturer of commercial vehicles, 2nd largest manufacturer of 2-wheelers and largest manufacturer of 3-wheelers in the world. तो मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि ये जो कामयाबी मिली है इसमें ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्री के जो स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं, जिसमें आप सब लोग हैं, आप सबके ही मिले जुले प्रयासों के कारण ये उद्दिष्ट साध्य हुआ है। इसलिए मैं आप सबको बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं, आपका अभिनंदन करता हूं और आपको शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। हमने ये भी तय किया है कि हमको वर्ल्ड की नंबर 1 ऑटोमोबाइल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब बनना है और ये बनने के लिए हमने हमारे यहाँ वर्ल्ड के जितने रेप्यूटेड ऑटोमोबाइल ब्रांड्स हैं आज हमारे देश में उपस्थित है। हमारा एक्सपोर्ट चाहे ट्रक, बसेस, ट्रैक्टर्स, 2-व्हीलर्स, 3-व्हीलर्स, कार सब इसमें बढ़ रहा है। 2-व्हीलर्स में तो 50% ऑफ द प्रोडक्शन हमारा एक्सपोर्ट होता है और विशेष रूप से हमने जो नए नए निर्णय किए वो बहुत ही उपयोगी है। सर्कुलेशन इकोनॉमी के गति को और गति देने के लिए जो निर्णय हमने किए उसमें स्क्रैपिंग पॉलिसी भी लॉन्च की है। स्क्रैपिंग पॉलिसी के मुताबिक हमारे यहाँ 15 साल जिन्होंने पूरे किए हैं ऐसे सभी सरकार की गाड़ियों को हमने स्क्रैप करने का निर्णय किया है और उसके साथ साथ 15 साल के बाद ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्री में हमने एक नई बात शुरू की है कि उनको टेस्टिंग करना पड़ेगा और टेस्टिंग सर्टिफिकेट मिलने के बाद अगर वो नहीं मिलता है तो उनको अपने गाड़ी को स्क्रैप करना पड़ेगा। मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि इसके कारण एल्यूमिनियम, कॉपर, स्टील, रबर और प्लास्टिक जो रिसाइकलिंग होता है वो आसानी से मिलेगा और ऑटोमोबाइल कंपोनेंट के भाव 25 से 30% कम होंगे और वर्ल्ड मार्केट में हम कॉम्पिटिटिव बनेंगे, हमारा एक्सपोर्ट बढ़ेगा, ग्रोथ बढ़ेगी, एम्प्लॉयमेंट पोटेंशियल बढ़ेगा और निश्चित रूप से हमारे देश का विकास होगा। मुझे इस बात की खुशी है कि हमने ये स्क्रैपिंग की पॉलिसी भी लाई, शुरुआत भी कर दी है। बड़े बड़े मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी भी अब अपने स्क्रैपिंग सेंटर शुरू कर रही है। मैं विशेष रूप से डीलर्स जो आपके फेडरेशन के सदस्य हैं उनको अनुरोध करूंगा कि आप भी आपके डीलरशिप के साथ स्क्रैपिंग सेंटर, फिटनेस सेंटर और ड्राइविंग ट्रेनिंग सेंटर की शुरुआत करिए। ये आपके साथ जुड़े हुए बिजनेस है जो आपको बिजनेस में निश्चित रूप से मदद करेंगे। हम सरकार की ओर से आपको निश्चित रूप से इसमें सभी प्रकार की परमिशन देंगे। मुझे इस बात की भी खुशी है कि 22-23 में हाईएस्ट एवर 39 लाख पैसेंजर व्हीकल को हमने उसकी बिक्री हुई है। हाई डिमांड फॉर एसयूवी, स्पोर्ट यूटिलिटी व्हीकल 47% उसका शेयर है और रिकॉर्ड सेल ऑफ 3 व्हीलर जो है 94,148 यूनिट्स मंथ्स ऑफ जुलाई तक अभी तक हमने सेल किया है। मैं मानता हूं कि निश्चित रूप से इंडस्ट्री का फ्यूचर बहुत अच्छा है, पर इसके साथ साथ टेक्नोलॉजी में भी काफ़ी चेंजेस हो रहे हैं। अभी हमारे देश में G20 की कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई और उसमें हमने ग्लोबल बायोफ्यूल अलायंस की भी हमने शुरुआत की है और जिसके कारण हम अल्टरनेटिव फ्यूल और बायोफ्यूल पर काफ़ी प्राधान्य दे रहे हैं, क्योंकि पोल्यूशन हमारी बहुत गंभीर समस्या है। एक रिपोर्ट प्राप्त हुआ है जिसमें दिल्ली के पोल्यूशन के कारण दिल्ली के आसपास जो लोग रहते हैं उनका जीवन 10 से 12 साल कम हो रहा है, ऐसा वो रिपोर्ट में लिखा गया है। डीजल बहुत ही हजार्डस फ्यूल है और इसलिए हमने कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि हम लोग बायोफ्यूल और अल्टरनेटिव फ्यूल में विशेष ध्यान दें। हमारे देश में शुगर केन जूस से इथेनॉल बन रहा है, बी मोलाइसेस, सी मोलाइसेस, कॉर्न, ब्रोकन राइस या व्हीट या फूड ग्रेन, इससे भी इथेनॉल बन रहा है। और अभी आसाम में नुमालीगढ़ रिफाइनरी में हमने बाम्बू से भी इथेनॉल बनाया है। इथेनॉल एक ग्रीन फ्यूल है और 20% हम पेट्रोल में डाल रहे हैं। अभी जो हमने बायोफ्यूल की अलायंस की उसमें ब्राज़ील भी हमारे साथ है। ब्राज़ील इसका पायोनियर है और ब्राज़ील में 22% इथेनॉल एयरफोर्स अपने फाइटर जेट में ऐड करता है। अभी आने वाले समय में इंडियन ऑयल ने पानीपत में जो प्लांट डाला है उस प्लांट में हम लोग परली, राइस स्ट्रॉ, जिसको पॉपुलरली आप परली कहते हैं, जो पंजाब हरियाणा में जलती है, उसके कारण हमने उससे 1 लाख लीटर इथेनॉल, 150 टन बायो बिटुमेन और अब बायो एविएशन फ्यूल भी बनना शुरू हुआ है। वर्ल्ड में निर्णय हुआ है कि एविएशन फ्यूल में बायो एविएशन फ्यूल को ऐड करना मैंडेटरी हुआ है और आने वाले समय में हमारे देश में इथेनॉल से बायो एविएशन फ्यूल बनेगी और धीरे धीरे हवाई जहाज़ भी उसके ऊपर चलेंगे। वो दिन अब दूर नहीं है। मुझे इस बात की खुशी है कि हमारे यहाँ जो परली है, राइस स्ट्रॉ है, उससे 185 प्लांट्स, जो 5 टन ऑफ राइस स्ट्रॉ इज गिविंग 1 टन ऑफ बायो CNG एंड बायो LNG, ऐसे 185 प्लांट्स का निर्माण कार्य अभी पंजाब, हरियाणा और उत्तर प्रदेश में और देश में शुरू हो गया है। 36 प्लांट शुरू भी हो गए हैं, जिसके कारण हमको CNG LNG आसानी से उपलब्ध हो सकता है। जो डीजल की गाड़ियां है, ट्रक है, बसेस है और ट्रैक्टर है, उनको आसानी के से किट अवेलेबल है जो CNG पे कन्वर्ट करते हैं। ब्लू एनर्जी कंपनी है, उनका मैंने चाकंड में LNG ट्रक लॉन्च किया, जो एक बार LNG भरने के बाद 1600 किलोमीटर चलता है और डीजल की तुलना में 50% उसमें सेविंग है। कर्नाटक में बेंगलोर स्टेट ट्रांसपोर्ट की 25 बसेस में हमने एक पायलट प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेसफुली इम्प्लीमेंट किया है कि कोयले से मिथेनॉल तैयार करके ये बसेस डीजल में डालकर चलाया गया, वो सक्सेसफुल हुआ है। मुझे खुशी है कि अशोक लेलैंड और टाटा ने अभी जो ट्रक लॉन्च किए आईसी इंजन पर, वो डायरेक्ट हाइड्रोजन पर भी चल सकते हैं। इतना ही नहीं तो हमारे यहाँ अशोक लेलैंड ने विशेष रूप से हमारे यहाँ जो मिथेनॉल है उसके ऊपर के ट्रक लॉन्च किए हैं। नॉर्थ ईस्ट में मिथेनॉल अवेलेबल है। आसाम पेट्रोलियम 600 टन मिथेनॉल पर डे बनाता है। मुंबई में दीपक फर्टिलाइज़र और आरसीएफ ये भी बनाते हैं। और लो क्वालिटी कोल से मिथेनॉल भी बनेगा और डीएमई बनेगा। अमेरिका में जो डीएमई बनता है वो एलपीजी में 40% डालते हैं, जिसके कारण हमारा गैस सिलेंडर 100 रुपये से सस्ता हो सकता है। हमारे फॉसिल फ्यूल का जो इंपोर्ट है वो 16 लाख करोड़ का है, और इसी प्रकार की ग्रोथ अगर चलती रहेगी तो 25 लाख करोड़ का होगा। और बायोफ्यूल और अल्टरनेटिव फ्यूल होने के बाद में भी डिमांड इतनी ज़्यादा है कि और बड़े प्रमाण पर फॉसिल फ्यूल इंपोर्ट होगा, और जिसके कारण देश में प्रदूषण होगा। और इसीलिए इलेक्ट्रिक, ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन, इसमें भी हम काफ़ी काम कर रहे हैं। अभी मैं आपके कार्यक्रम में आया तो हाइड्रोजन कार में आया हूँ, और हाइड्रोजन ये फ्यूचरिस्टिक फ्यूल है। कार का नाम है मिराई। जापानी में मिराई का अर्थ होता है भविष्य, फ्यूचर। और इसलिए आने वाले समय में हमें हाइड्रोजन के फिलिंग स्टेशन को भी तैयार करना है। उसकी कॉस्ट बहुत ज़्यादा है। जैसे डीजल, पेट्रोल, इथेनॉल के पंप हमको खोलना है, इलेक्ट्रिक चार्जिंग स्टेशन खोलने हैं, जो एक नया बिजनेस है जिसमें आप लोग ज़रूर ध्यान दे सकते हैं। वैसे हाइड्रोजन के फिलिंग स्टेशन भी हमको शुरू करने हैं। हम 670 रोड साइड एम्यूनिटीज़ बना रहे हैं, और उस एम्यूनिटीज़ में रेस्टोरेंट्स है, होटल्स है। और उसी में मैंने एक सुझाव दिया है कि नई गाड़ी कोई लॉन्च करना चाहता है तो वहाँ, क्योंकि वहाँ हाईवे में काफ़ी लोग रुकेंगे, तो वहाँ एक हेलीपोर्ट भी है, ड्रोन पोर्ट भी है, तो उसके बाजू में कोई आपके गाड़ी का भी प्रेजेंटेशन लोगों को देखने के लिए वहाँ पर जैसे एयरपोर्ट पर रखते हैं वैसे रख सकेंगे। तो मुझे विश्वास है कि टेक्नोलॉजी भी बदल रही है, फ्यूल भी बदल रहा है, एक से पीछे एक अच्छे डिज़ाइन आ रहे हैं, और कंपटीशन भी हो रही है। एक लोग एक गाड़ी के पीछे लग जाते हैं कि बहुत अच्छी आई है, तो जब लाइन लग जाती है तो दूसरी गाड़ी आ जाती है, दूसरी गाड़ी आने के बाद तीसरी गाड़ी आती है। तो एक तो बहुत अच्छा है कि कंपटीशन के कारण क्वालिटी में काफ़ी जल्दी चेंजेस हो रहे हैं। आपके बिजनेस के बारे में मुझे कुछ कहना नहीं है, पर जो कुछ मुझे लगता है कि मैन्युफैक्चरर आपको ज़्यादा कमाना नहीं देते। मेरे पास अगर बहुत से लोग आते हैं कि डीलरशिप मिला तो मैं डिस्करेज करता हूँ, ये धंधे में मत जाओ। ताम झाम खूब करवाते हैं, एयर कंडीशनिंग, फर्नीचर, ग्लास लगाओ, ठकाना लगाओ, और ऊपर में स्टॉक भी आपके ऊपर लाके बैच भी भरना पड़ता है, और आपकी मार्जिन कम होते जा रही है। आप तालियां जोर से बजा रहे, इसका मतलब मैं सही कह रहा हूँ। मैं तो डीलर भी नहीं हूँ और मुझे कोई ज़्यादा जानकारी नहीं है, पर बहुत से डीलर अब दिवाला पीट चुके हैं और कुछ पीट रहे, इसलिए मुझे ध्यान में आया कि ये कुछ ना कुछ इसमें गड़बड़ है। अगर मैन्युफैक्चरर डीलर को कमाने नहीं देंगे और डीलर अगर ख़त्म हो जाएंगे तो कहाँ जाएंगे बेचने के लिए। तो कुछ कंपनियां सोच रही कि हम लोग अमेज़न जैसा वेबसाइट पर गाड़ी लॉन्च करेंगे और वैसे ही लोग बुक करेंगे। ये भी नई सिस्टम आ रही है जो आपके लिए खतरे की घंटी है। तो मैं आपको अनुरोध करूंगा कि आप स्क्रैपिंग पॉलिसी में स्क्रैपिंग यूनिट डालो, आप ऑटोमेटिक टेस्टिंग यूनिट डालो, उसके साथ साथ ड्राइविंग ट्रेनिंग सेंटर डालो। और कभी कभी लोग करते कि एक कंपनी का डीलरशिप अपने नाम पर लेते हैं, फिर कजिन ब्रदर के नाम पर दूसरे कंपनी की एजेंसी लेते हैं, क्योंकि एक फैमिली में उनको लिखा हुआ होगा कि आप नहीं ले सकते। ये बिजनेस जो है ये ठीक है, मैं कोई बिजनेस का बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपर्ट नहीं हूँ, पर मैंने बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट किया है। तो मैं आपको बताऊँ ये धंधा बहुत ज़्यादा फायदे का नहीं है मेहनत के हिसाब से। तो फिर आप आप बोलोगे इनको बुलाया ये बताने के लिए थोड़ी बुलाया पर ये लाइफ इज द गेम ऑफ कॉम्प्रोमाइजेस, कंपल्शंस, लिमिटेशंस एंड कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस। और सर्वाइवल में संघर्ष तो करना ही पड़ता है। मैं मजाक में आते हुए कह रहा था कि तुम्हारे ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्री को देखकर मुझे जनता पार्टी की याद आती है। एक दिल के टुकड़े हुए हजार, कोई यहाँ गिरा कोई वहां गिरा वैसे रोज 3 दिन में 3 कार्यक्रम हुए, वही वही चेहरे दिखते हैं। मुझे भी समझ में नहीं आता कि क्या बोलना चाहिए। तो जनता पार्टी में होता था एक की पार्टी एक, दूसरे की दूसरी और तीसरी पार्टी दोनों मिलाकर। तो वैसे एक जरूर करिए, विनोद अग्रवाल जी यहाँ हैं, एक बार सब मिलाकर एक ही कार्यक्रम करिए। जितने जितने ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्री के स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं उनको बड़े जगह प्रगति मैदान जैसे एक जगह इकट्ठा लाइए और फिर अलग अलग 3 जगह पर उनके अलग अलग कार्यक्रम उनके इशू से संबंधित करिए, ताकि ये स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं। मैन्युफैक्चरर कितना भी अच्छा बनाएंगे और ये बेचेंगे नहीं तो कैसे होगा। तो बेचना और सर्विस देना ये भी आवश्यक है। ऑटोमोबाइल के कंपोनेंट्स वाले भी उतने आवश्यक है और मैन्युफैक्चरर भी उतने आवश्यक है। कम्स टुगेदर, थिंक्स टुगेदर एंड वर्क्स टुगेदर, इसमें बहुत फायदा होता है। मैं मैनेजमेंट के स्टूडेंट होने के नाते अक्सर एक बात बता दूं कि ए नाम के व्यक्ति ने ए स्क्वायर काम किया, बी नाम के व्यक्ति ने बी स्क्वायर काम किया, तो टोटल वर्क इज ए स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर। बट व्हेन ए एंड बी कम्स टुगेदर, थिंक्स टुगेदर एंड वर्क्स टुगेदर, ए प्लस बी ब्रैकेट में स्क्वायर, इसका जवाब आता है ए स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर प्लस ट्वाइस ए बी, एंड दैट्स ट्वाइस ए बी इज ए रिजल्ट ऑफ कलेक्टिव टीम स्पिरिट। तो विनोद जी ये बात आप जरूर विचार करिए। और अब प्रगति मैदान भी बना और दूसरा भी कन्वेंशन सेंटर हमारे द्वारका एक्सप्रेस हाईवे के पास बन रहा है। तो एक ही समय सभी स्टेक होल्डर को बुलाकर अगर ये इस इंडस्ट्री की चर्चा होगी तो आपके लिए और उपयोगी होगा। ये हमारे यहाँ देश ये फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग इकोनॉमी है और हमारी जो इंडस्ट्री है ये भी आत्मनिर्भर भारत और $5 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी बनाना, जो प्रधानमंत्री जी का सपना है, उसमें आप सबकी भूमिका बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। आने वाले समय में इंपोर्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट, कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव, पोल्यूशन फ्री और इंडिजिनस टेक्नोलॉजी को हम प्राधान्य दे रहे हैं। हम अल्टरनेटिव फ्यूल और बायो फ्यूल को इनकरेज कर रहे हैं। इलेक्ट्रिक बहुत पॉपुलर बन गया है और आने वाले समय में इस देश को प्रदूषण से मुक्त करने के लिए एक तरफ इंडस्ट्री का साइज भी हम बढ़ाएंगे, और उसके साथ साथ एयर पोल्यूशन, वाटर पोल्यूशन और साउंड पोल्यूशन तीनों का भी गंभीरता से बीइंग ए स्टेक होल्डर हम विचार करेंगे, ये मेरा विश्वास है। मैं आपकी कॉन्फ्रेंस को हृदय से बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं, शुभेच्छाएं देता हूं। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।
Thank you, sir. And I'm going to request Mr. Singhania and Mr. Ashish Harshraj Kale to please give a memento to Shri Nitin Gadkari. Can we please have it on stage? Yeah. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Sir, your insightful speech is always going to serve as a guiding light, and of course, with humor littered over it, I'm sure all the dealers will remember this. Can we please have a group photograph as well? Yes, sir. Sir, a quick group photograph, Mr. Singhania. Thank you so much, sir. And because of Mr. Nitin Gadkari's busy schedule, he may have to leave us for his other engagements. But our inaugural session will continue. Thank you, sir. I'm going to request now Ms. Shraddha Suri Marwa, President ACMA, to please present the keynote address. Ma'am.
Should we wait for them to come back, or we can start? I'll just make a quick announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, I request you all to please be seated. We are continuing with our inaugural session, and Ms. Marwa is here to present her keynote address. Please bear with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. I would like to begin by congratulating Mr. Singhania, who's just out to leave the minister, for a successful year as president of FADA. I think maybe we should wait for them to come back. Till then, we can just...
It's just a slight motion at the exit.
Yeah, you're pushing it. Don't. Sorry? You can't when the minister is leaving, you know.
Take your time.
Because who do I speak to on the line? Right? Do you want me to? Yeah. All right, I will.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're still in the middle of our inaugural session. I'm going to request you all to please be seated. I had to interrupt Ms. Marwa to stop her keynote address. My apologies, ma'am, for that slight interruption. Now that all the dignitaries are back in the hall, can I just request you all to please take your seats quickly? Ladies and gentlemen, I humbly request you all to please take your seats. Our distinguished guests of honor are also very tight on schedule. And it's my request to you all to please be seated so that we can get back with our inaugural session. Ms. Shraddha Suri Marwa, President ACMA. Ma'am, can I please request you to resume your speech? I'm so sorry for that interruption. He will be joining us shortly, sir. You are also running short of time, I think.
So let me restart. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. I would like to congratulate Manish. Somebody should do that on my behalf when he's back. It's indeed very heartening to note that FADA today has emerged as a strong and effective voice of the vehicle dealers. I take this opportunity to congratulate all the past presidents and leadership at FADA for their collective efforts towards creating a credible institution that has well evolved not only to withstand the challenges of times, but also has created a place that it rightly deserves. Manish is back, so I can congratulate you for completing your first year. I must also compliment FADA for the monthly statistics on vehicle retail sales. I, for one, wait for it, read it, and analyze it thoroughly. We all at ACMA, thank you. I think we all at ACMA eagerly waited and at the beginning of every month, and it is generously circulated. So thank you for that. It was an honor to have the Honorable Minister with us, and it is due to his vision that the Indian automotive industry has evolved to world-class standards. And we've achieved what we have today, both in terms of auto components as well as vehicles. Speaking of our industry, the strong uptake in vehicle sales post the pandemic has been good not only for the component industry, but also for the dealerships. With a slew of proposed new vehicle launches and the festival season around the corner, I am sure there's a lot of excitement that's there in the air. The automotive industry, as we all know, is undergoing a profound transformation. We are witnessing a shift that is reshaping the landscape of vehicles, manufacturing, and customer expectations. This transformation is being driven by a confluence of factors, including technological advances, environmental concerns, change in consumer preferences, and the evolving regulatory standards. Being the owner of a dealership, let me share with you some of my thoughts as to how the dealerships can gear up to meet these challenges. I think, one, we all need to embrace electric mobility and alternate fuels. We need to invest in training and infrastructure to support the sale and maintenance of electric vehicles. We need to explore partnerships with EV manufacturers to offer a wide range of electric models. Number two, we need to adapt to digitalization. We need to develop a robust online presence, improve website and user experiences, and leverage digital marketing strategies. We need to embrace e-commerce for vehicle sales and service bookings. This is going to be a reality that none of us can ignore. Number three, we need to enhance the customer experience. We need to focus on delivering exceptional consumer service, both in person as well as online. Personalization, transparency, and a customer-centric approach will be key to retaining and attracting customers. Number four, diversify revenue streams. Explore new revenue opportunities, such as offering charging infrastructure installations, maintenance services for electric vehicles, and other services. Whilst it's easier said than done, however, it also is true that only the fittest will survive, and hence we have to transform ourselves to stay relevant. I'm confident that with the right strategies in place and a forward-thinking approach, vehicle dealers can not only survive but thrive in this evolving landscape. It is essential to view these challenges as opportunities for growth and innovation. Together, we can shape the future of the automotive industry in India and continue to serve our customers effectively in this ever-changing environment. In this new environment, FADA will be called upon to play an even greater role to handhold its members and ensure that not only do they survive, but also thrive through this transformation. As I close, I once again wish you good luck, not only for this event, but for also a very, very bright future. I have a lot of hope, because a lot of hopes are pinned on you and the performance of our friends in the auto dealership. Once again, thank you for having me here, and I wish FADA great success in all its endeavors. Namaskar, Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Ms. Marwa. And once again, my apologies for that slight interruption earlier. And now I'm going to request Mr. Vinod Agarwal, President SIAM, to please present the keynote address, sir.
President ECMA, Shraddha ji, and President FADA, FADA, Manish ji, and Vice President FADA. I'm told that you don't like being called FADA. That's why. So, Vice President FADA, Vignesh ji, my friends, dealer friends, and all other distinguished guests present here, and ladies and gentlemen. It's my proud privilege to be present here, and I thank you very much for inviting me in your auto conclave, retail auto conclave. And of course, the theme that you have chosen for today, collaborate, innovate, and accelerate. I think this is a very, very, very good theme because as we all know, the industry is growing. We all heard Gadkari ji, and he gave a very, very good insights into everything. So therefore, if you relate with that the industry is growing, it's growing very fast, and Indian economy is going to grow very fast. Therefore, all the business potential for all of us is going to increase manifold. So like if you relate with this entire economy growth and auto industry growth, I think the opportunities for business are going to be humongous. When the opportunities are growing and the things are going to become big, I think the collaboration, the theme that you have kept today's conclave, that becomes very, very relevant. Because only through collaboration we can do more bigger things. And when we collaborate, and along with that, if we innovate also, if we find out new ways of doing the things, and then bring acceleration, bring the speed. I think that's what is going to put us in the right stage to take full benefit of this growth potential. So therefore, this theme is very important. We have to understand this theme in absolutely in letter and spirit, and then work on it. Now coming to the industry size and the implications of that. The first is that the industry is going through tremendous transformation. As we all know that this transformation, which is based on sustainability and decarbonization, I think these are the two areas which are driving this transformation immensely. And we have seen that for the sustainability, like the things like alternate fuels, or flex fuels, or ethanol blended, or methanol based fuels, or we are talking of now E20, E85, various other alternates, CNG, LNG, electric vehicles, hydrogen based engines. So therefore, there are a lot of things which are happening as part of this sustainability. We have to prepare ourselves to manage this change. This change is very big, and we have to manage ourselves. We have to prepare ourselves to be ready for this change. A lot of things have started happening. So the most important thing from the dealer's point of view is going to be your infrastructure readiness, because it would need for more investments. Because first is the growth. If you have to take care of the growth, you have to anticipate that how much you are going to sell. Are your workshops ready for taking care of that growth? I think that is the question each one of you should ask, that what is required now to take care of growth. If you don't prepare yourself, maybe you will find that more dealers are getting added in your territory. So that's what, if you don't plan it properly, then of course you may miss the opportunity. So plan for more investments, plan for increase in infrastructure, plan for technological upgradation, because when the new technology is coming, you will have to, adopt for the new technology. And most important is train your people. Skilling and upskilling is going to become extremely important. Like when the new electric vehicle come, or more electronics are coming in the engines, if we don't train our technicians in time, then they won't be able to give the service to the customers. So therefore, I think skilling and upskilling, it becomes extremely, extremely important. We must take the steps absolutely on time so that customers don't suffer. Because sometimes if we become complacent in that, if customers don't get the service, then of course we will lose the engagement with the customers. If we lose the engagement with the customer, then you will lose business. Then the customer will move to another brand. So therefore, each one of you have to be very, very, conscious of these needs for skilling and upskilling. And then Gadkariji talked of that how do we become more financially strong. I think, of course, it is between the manufacturers and the dealers and all the stakeholders. We have to all work together, and we should have more discussions and listen to each other, understand each other's concerns. What I have seen is that there are 2-3 things which are most important. First thing is the efficiency of the working capital. I've seen that is one biggest problem which sometimes the dealers face. Now that can be, there can be various reasons for that type of a situation. One reason could be that maybe your stocks are high, or the other reason could be maybe there needs to be more financial discipline. So you have to, each dealer or each situation will have a specific reason, and each situation will need a specific action plan. So therefore, each one of you must understand that how do we increase the efficiency of working capital. Because if the working capital efficiency is better, then of course, lot of stress will go from your mind. Because a lot of stress in the dealerships come from working capital related problems. And the second is the requirement to keep all the financing related things like financial discipline. This is extremely important. We have seen number of instances where some of the top performing dealers have gone bust. Now there may be various reasons. One can talk of various things that manufacturer did some wrong things, or but fundamentally I think the root cause is the financial discipline. Like if we are not disciplined on managing the channel limits or managing our working capital limits or managing, if we don't do that properly, then we will feel the stress. So therefore, I think that is another extremely important area. If we have to ensure the longevity, if we have to ensure that we remain absolutely, very, you can say, efficient and very productive. So therefore, this is another area. And then the third is, of course, we should have more discussions, we should have more engagement, we should have more communication channels, we should have more transparency. And another important area is the digitalization. Now we have seen that digitalization is becoming absolutely the requirement. And for digitalization, we have seen that there are a lot of features in the vehicles which are giving tremendous information, not only to the manufacturers, it gives information to the customers, and it gives information on various parameters, and various safety related parameters or efficiency related parameters, and there are predictive maintenance advices possible. So therefore, you all have to prepare for handling that digitalization. You should have your systems ready to be integrated with the systems of manufacturers and also with the customers, so that this is seamless flow of information between OEM on one side and dealers, and then of course the customers, so that you understand the customer and then pass on to the manufacturers. And this will also help you to increase the engagement on both sides. So therefore, I think these are the areas which are going to lead to our long-term success. And other than that, I think the opportunities are immense. Business will be very big, and we will grow. The companies will grow. India will become large economy. Already it is 5th largest. It will become third largest in maybe next 3 to 5 years. It will be 5 to 7 trillion US dollars economy. And within that, then our size of our auto industry will grow. If the size grows, then all of you will grow. So therefore, huge potential. I wish you all the best. And I'm sure this today's discussion today in various panels will lead to more understanding, more knowledge, and wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Agarwal. Now I'm going to request Mr. Sai Giridhar and Mr. Nikunj Sanghi to please felicitate Mr. Vinod Agarwal, present a memento to our honorable guest of honor this morning. Mr. Sai Giridhar and Mr. Nikunj Sanghi, can you please join us on stage? Please bring the memento. And now I am going to request Mr. Sheth and Mr. John K. Paul to please join us on stage to felicitate Ms. Marwa. Please bring the memento. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. And now I'll request Mr. C.S. Vigneshwar, Vice President FADA, to kindly present the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's such a privilege seeing you here for today's event. It's momentous from the point of view the kind of topics which are going to be discussed and the topics which have been already talked about. Shri Nitin Gadkari, our Honorable Minister for Road Transport and Highways, Government of India, was here. I think it was pretty prophetic in certain things he talked about. We know that he is a visionary in bringing various concepts of ease of doing business as dealers and OEMs, ease of road usage as road users, safety and environment as stakeholders of a large business, and also the ease of ownership. Of course, we also talked about, and our president addressed, ease of doing business probably hasn't translated to a lot of states and how we need to get there. He also took our tagline of one nation, one association in a very literal sense by telling that all three associations need to come together. We seem to always have the same objective but varying directions. If all of us can come together, it's going to save a lot of energy for all of us and also help us focus our synergies together. Our guest of honor, Sri Vinodji, is not only my guru but also a friend. He's been guiding me, and as a dealership, we are dealers for him, and we have known how pro-dealer he is. Sometimes in our dealer council meets, which I've been having the privilege of being there for the last 16, 17 years, sometimes I wouldn't know whether he's a OEM or whether he's a dealer. Very proactive, very impulsive when it comes to anything where the dealer gets up and says, you know, this is something which has happened to me, and he just goes ballistic. He's a person who's very sweet, very soft, until he hears some dealer complain about how the OEM has not done the duty and we are suffering because of it, or the customer in fact. He also talked about how to collaborate. We know that in this relationship, who's the big brother? So we request your guidance in the way forward, because there's a lot of technological changes, a lot of things in terms of regulations which are changing, expectations are changing from the government, from the customers. We really require your guidance to go forward. Also, you briefly touched upon financial discipline. All of us realize that we have had issues regarding financial discipline. We are cognizant of it. As FADA, we are also taking measures along with our members to make sure these things are happening. Another thing which I would want to touch upon is, along with the financial discipline, another important factor within our businesses is succession planning. It is very important we plan for our next successor, whether it may be a professional or a family member, maybe we can groom them. And FADA as an association is also bringing out various measures through the academy, where we also try to train the next in line. However, sir, here I would like to place something in front of the SIAM president, is the fact that apart from financial discipline being issues regarding a successful and long-standing dealership, another important factor we need to consider is that the business model is changing. 20 years ago, probably our cost of operations were much lower because our expectations from customers were much lower. Today, our cost of operations is equal to or similar to most mature economies in terms of the kind of facilities we are putting, the kind of locations where we need to put up these facilities, and the infrastructure we investing in terms of any resource, people, equipments, etc. So probably Nitin Gadkari ji also touched upon certain margins being stressed. Yes, today that's a concern for us. We are, however, trying to become more efficient, trying to make sure our working capital works for us better. But however, I think as an association, SIAM probably needs to introspect on how the business model for dealers in India is changing and how to keep pace with it. I would also like to thank Shraddha ji, President of ACMA, and congratulate her on her new role. Thank you so much for being here, giving us your kind words. I know your industry is a lifeline. I knew this for decades, but during the COVID time, the chip availability, certain component availability made our lives very difficult, and we also know how hard you guys work to make sure things were streamlined again. Thank you so much for it, and also your great support and after-sales service in which we really connect with our customers. I know things can't happen without you. So thank you so much for all that. As Gadkari ji mentioned, all three of our associations need to probably meet more often. You as a stakeholder in ACMA can really help us do this. And let's probably work towards customer satisfaction in totality, three associations together. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thanks for being here, and looking forward to the rest of the evening too.
Thank you so much, sir. And can I request you all to please pose for a group photograph? And so, ladies and gentlemen, the Federation of Automobile Dealers Association will be celebrating its founding day as Auto Dealers Day from September 19th, starting this year. And FADA, which was established in 1964, has played a significant role in the Indian automotive industry. And this initiative to celebrate Auto Dealers Day is definitely a wonderful way to recognize and promote the contributions of automobile dealerships across India. So for this, I'm going to request all the current FADA office bearers, as well as all the past presidents of FADA who are present with us in this hall, to please join us on the stage for the formal unveiling of the logo and theme of the Auto Dealers Day. All the present FADA office bearers, along with the past presidents of FADA who are present with us in the hall at the moment. Mr. Kailash Gupta, if you are present with us in the hall, please join us, sir, on stage. The theme for this year, focusing on a green initiative drive by giving a sapling with the sale of each vehicle, is not only environmentally responsible, but also symbolizes a commitment to sustainability. Promoting green practices in the automotive industry is an excellent step towards reducing the environmental impact of the sector. The formal unveiling of the logo and theme announcement will happen shortly. So I'll request Mr. Singhania to first enlighten us a bit on the initiative by FADA. Sir, please.
So in our past Governing Council meeting, we had decided 19 September to be celebrated as Dealers Day, Auto Dealers Day. So this would be the launch of the logo, and we had taken feedback from our members how it would be celebrated. The logo will depict how it will be celebrated. I request everyone to call for a grand celebration at your individual dealership and each and every outlet across the length and breadth of the country. Call transport commissioners, RTOs, and whatever government officials you can make them join. And kindly, in every year we'll have a different kind of theme to go along with the Dealers Day celebration. So on the Dealers Day, do share whatever you do in your dealership on that day, so that we can capture that your activity in our social media platforms. So this is also one of the dreams of FADA that we are realizing today, and all are requested to participate and celebrate in this.
We're just waiting for Mr. Gulati to join us on the stage. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, can we please have a group photograph? Thank you so much, gentlemen.